Megaword TV Game Show is a television program that uses studio audience and 2 contestants. This is a 6-letter word representing a brand name for an automobile company based in Japan.
Ford.
We'll remove the first letter. I'll give you a clue.
I think Tim.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of history. Thank you for being part of the very first edition of the Megaword TV game on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. My name is Saleh Hayatu. You're welcome. The Megaword TV game show is a television program that uses studio audience and 2 contestants, of course, 1 from each state. And the winners go home with 40,000 naira, while the runner-up goes home with 10,000 naira in appreciation. It is born out of the desire to create a TV program that will appeal to viewers and at the same time sustain interest. And in case you are wondering what the program is all about, it's quite simple. We'll be providing clues to a meaning of a particular word in any discipline. A contestant on the show is expected to identify the word based on the clues provided within 30 seconds. The contestant will be awarded 5 points for providing the correct answer. There will also be 2 bonus points for answering a question that another contestant has failed to answer. We also have a short documentary segment on obscure things and issues you may wish to know about. And now, to our very first set of 2 contestants on today's Megaword game show. And our first contestant is a male. His name is Michael Elinsami from Ikiti State. Our second contestant is a female. Of course, we are gender sensitive. Her name is Chinelu Mbaizue from Anambra State. Okay, we'll take a break and we shall be right back after this.
Daddy, what is 23 times 17? It's 391.
Oh, that's my boy. Children who lag behind in school are categorized as dull. Olodo, Itiboribo, Dolo. DHA is an active component of omega-3 oils which improves the brain and memory functions in children and adults. Children who take DHA are prone to outstanding brilliance. DHA is highly recommended for optimum brain function. Ask your pharmacist today for Hovid DHA, a pleasant tasting emulsion for improved brain and memory function for the whole family. This message has been brought to you by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited, sole marketers of Hovid products.
Our viewers at home can comment or contribute to the program by sending us an SMS on the numbers on your screen. Or you can email us at megawordtvgameshow@gmail.com. Okay, Michael, how are you today?
I'm good, and you?
So, can you introduce yourself properly now that you're here?
Well, I'm Michael.
Okay.
And I'm a journalist and development practitioner.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Chinelu, how are you?
I'm good.
So, can you introduce yourself too?
Okay, I'm Chinelu. I'm obeying the clarion call with Nigerian Television Authority.
All right, that's NYC.
Yes.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Okay, as I said, it's quite simple. I'll be providing clues to a meaning of a particular word in any discipline. So all you need to do is to figure out which word, and then you form other words as well within 30 seconds or thereabout. Okay? And if you're not able to answer, your co-contestant will answer within 10 seconds. Right? But I'll give you an example. Wouldn't you like an example? Would you like an example, Michael?
I'm okay, I'm good.
All right. Well, there's an English word that means to treat all equal. An English word that means to treat all equal. Now, if you remove the very first letter from that word, you shall have another word that no human being or animal can survive without. Now, the word I was referring to is fair, spelled F-A-I-R. And if you remove F, you get what? Air, which is something that no human or animal can survive without. Now, this game is divided into 3 segments. In the first segment, you're going to answer 3 questions each. In the second segment, you answer 2 questions. And in the last segment, you answer a question each. All right? And in the first segment, there are a list of 7 questions to choose from. So, Michael, you are first on the program today. So, can you make a choice?
Mid-list.
Okay, that should be question number 5. All right, so you've been to Middle East before?
Yes.
Where specifically?
Abu Dhabi.
That's nice. All right, it is a city in the Middle East regarded as a unique destination and a dynamic business center in the region. But when you omit the first and the last letters from the name of this city, the remaining ones will stand for one of the prominent banks in Nigeria.
I suppose that's Dubai.
Okay, so what informed your decision about Dubai?
If you remove D and I, then you have UBA.
You're convinced about that?
Very.
Was it because you went to Dubai? Anyway, 5 points to you. Okay, so Chinelu, which question do you want to answer?
Female name.
A female name. Is it because you're a female?
Probably.
All right, let's see about that. Now, there's a word that represents a measure of knowledge, skills, and understanding, especially among students. But as soon as you omit the first 2 letters and the last 4 letters from this word, the remaining letters will give you a female name popular in northern Nigeria. I shall repeat the question again. The word represents a measure of knowledge, skills, and understanding, especially among students. But as soon as you omit the first 2 letters and the last 4 letters from this word, the remaining letters will give you a female name popular in northern Nigeria. Wanted to say something? Still have a few seconds.
Okay, I think my time is up.
All right, so your time is up. Well, let me give Mr. Michael a bonus question for you in 10 seconds. Can you answer that?
Can you repeat the question, please?
All right, I said the word represents a measure of knowledge, skills, and understanding, especially among students. But as soon as you omit the first 2 and the last 4 letters from this word, the remaining letters will give you a female name popularly in northern Nigeria.
Knowledge?
No, so time is up. I said the word represents a measure of knowledge, skills, and understanding, especially among students. The word is examination. Examination represents a measure of knowledge, skills, or understanding among students. And I said when you remove the first 2 letters, which is EX, and the last 4 letters, which is TION, you get what?
Amina.
Amina. That's the name for Amina. All right, so Michael, we're back to you. So which question do you want to answer this time?
I'll take number 4.
Question number 4, that's military. That's the clue. That's to tell you that the question has something to do with military.
The military, yeah.
Do you adore military?
I love them because they are very, very professional.
Wow, I like that. You look like one.
Thank you. I want to military school.
All right, here we go. In research exercise, there's a word that represents fact or data. But if you left out the first 2 letters from this word, you shall have a military term for battlefield where an attack is launched or repelled. In a research exercise, there's a word that represents fact or data. But if you left out the first 2 letters from this word, you shall have a military term for a battlefield where an attack is launched or repelled. You have 30 seconds.
Knowledge or data or?
Yeah, the word represents fact or data. The time started already.
Could it be evidence?
Not evidence. You've been to court recently?
Pardon? To court?
You've been to court recently?
Yes.
It's not evidence.
Okay.
All right, your time is up. Chinelo.
Please do repeat the question.
Okay, one more time. I said in a research exercise, there's a word that represents fact or data. But if you left out the first 2 letters from this word, you shall have a military term for a battlefield where an attack is launched or repelled. After
Could it be okay.
Say something. You want to say something?
Could it be proof?
It's not proof. And the word is information. Right? And I said when you remove the first two letters, you shall have a military term for a battlefield where an attack is launched or repelled. You have formations. When the military move to formations, that's where an attack is launched or repelled, isn't it? So that's the answer. All right, so where are we now? Chinelo, is that it? So which question do you want to answer?
Question 7.
Question 7 has to do with sight. No sight, isn't it?
Vision.
All right, vision, thank you. Now, the word is a verb, which simply means to. It will take a single letter of the English alphabet to pronounce it correctly, but it will take 3 to spell it. Which word is that? I shall repeat it again. The word is a verb, which simply means to perceive by sight. It will take a single letter of the English alphabet to pronounce it correctly, but it will take 3 to spell it. Which word is that? You have 30 seconds.
C.
C. What informed your decision?
Because I'm very good with oral English.
All right.
The phonetics.
Okay.
And if I were to transcribe
Yes.
C, it's going to be spelled in phonetics is SI, but then it's C. That's
Right.
the capital C or
So how do you
small
spell
C.
C properly now?
S-double-E.
And
It's C, and it's a
3 letters,
3-letter word.
You're convinced?
I'm convinced.
Don't you want me to give it to Michael to answer for you?
I'm convinced. Except if
5
it's wrong.
points to you. So we take a break and we shall be right back after this.
Daddy, what is 23 times 17? It's 391.
Oh, that's my boy. Children who lag behind in school are categorized as dull. Olodo, Itiboribo, Dolo. DHA is an active component of omega-3 oils which improves the brain and memory functions in children and adults. Children who take DHA are prone to outstanding brilliance. DHA is highly recommended for optimum brain function. Ask your pharmacist today for Hovid DHA, a pleasant tasting emulsion for improved brain and memory function for the whole family. This message has been brought to you by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited, sole marketers of Hovid products.
Alright, you're welcome back, and this is the Megaword TV game on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. And with me in the studio, I still have Michael from Ikiti State and Chinelo from Anambra State. And this is the second segment, and in this segment, you're going to answer 2 questions each. Right. So you're going to make your choice. We're starting with Chinelo this time. So Chinelo, which question do you want to answer?
Okay. Number 9.
Alright, question 9 is fashion. There. That's the clue for you.
Okay.
You like fashion too?
I do.
Apart from football?
Oh, I do.
You must be an enterprising lady. Okay, here we go. Now, as a noun, it refers to a place where one lives or a formal speech by someone. But if you omit the first 2 letters, the remaining letter will give you another name for clothing. I shall repeat it again. As a noun, it refers to a place where one lives or a formal speech by someone. But if you omit the first 2 letters, the remaining letters will give you another name for clothing. So your time starts now. You have 30 seconds. The time is up.
Okay.
Mr. Michael, it's a bonus question for you. I said as a noun, the word refers to a place where one lives or a formal speech by someone. But if you omit the first 2 letters, the remaining letters will give you another name for clothing. You have 10 seconds.
Okay. Oh, recite, I think. Yeah, sorry, I can't think of anything.
You can't think of anything?
Yes.
Chinelu, have you thought of something?
I've only thought of a synonym of clothing, which is fabric, attire, but
It's not fabric. As I said, as a noun, it refers to a place where one lives or a formal speech by someone. The word is address. Where you live is called address, isn't it? You have an address for where you live, don't you?
That's the residence.
And I said, when you remove the first 2 letters, the remaining letter will give you another name for clothing.
Dress.
So what's that?
Dress.
Dress. So that's it. All right, so Michael, it's your turn. So which question do you want to answer?
I'll take number 8.
Number 8, computer. There's no doubt. You look like Bill Gates.
I doubt.
Okay, there's no need to ask you whether you know computer or not, but this question has to do with computer anyway.
Okay.
Now, it is a particular name or term referring to a collection of information stored together in a computer. But when you rearrange this term, starting with the 3rd letter, it will give you something that all humans and animals have in common. I shall repeat it again. It's a particular name or term referring to a collection of information stored together in a computer. But when you rearrange this term, starting with the 3rd letter, it will give you something that all humans and animals have in common. You have 30 seconds, Mr. Mike.
Well, the only thing I can think about now is byte.
So when you rearrange byte, what do you get?
If you rearrange bytes, starting with a B-Y-T, if you rearrange byte, just thinking, trying to work out the matrix, it's quite tasking, but really, I can't figure it out.
You can't figure it out, so your time is up. Chinelu, it's a bonus question for you. I said it's a particular name or term referring to a collection of information stored together in a computer.
Okay.
But when you arrange this term, starting with the 3rd letter, it will give you something that all humans and animals have in common.
That should be a file.
All right? So when you
Yes.
rearrange file,
We have life.
so yeah, 2 marks for you.
Thank
You actually
you.
got it. It's called file. And file is a term that refers to a collection of information stored together in a computer. And when you rearrange files, starting with the 3rd letter, which is L, you get life, which is something that all humans and animals have in common. Absolutely correct. Okay, so which question do you want to go for now?
Okay. Number 11.
All right, here we go. Education.
Yes.
What? Come to think of it, you mentioned female name, football, fashion, and now you're going for number 11 that has to do with education. That's quite interesting. All right, here we go. It is an adjective that means uneducated in the fundamentals of a given art or branch of learning. Omit just 2 letters from this word, and the remaining ones will give you opposite of this adjective itself. I shall repeat it again.
Okay.
It is an adjective that means uneducated in the fundamentals of a given art or branch of learning. Omit just 2 letters from this word, and the remaining ones will give you the opposite of this adjective itself.
Illiterate.
Illiterate?
Yes, illiterate.
Okay, so what informed your decision?
When you remove I and L,
Yeah.
you have literate, and that's the antonym of illiterate.
You sure about that?
I'm sure.
Tell me something. You said your family, you come from a football-loving family. no?
Yes, yes.
And
My
so you're
father is a
currently
retired FIFA referee.
Wow,
Yes.
that's quite interesting.
Thank you.
So, and he made sure you guys are all educated. There's no illiterate in your family.
Nobody, no.
5
illiterate.
points, you actually got 5 points. Okay, we'll take a break and we shall be right back after this.
Did you know that you started yawning before you were born? Yawning is an involuntary action that causes us to open our mouths wide and breathe in deeply. We know it is involuntary because we did it even before we were born. Research has shown that 11 weeks old fetuses yawn. While yawning is commonly associated with relaxation and drowsiness, excessive yawning, according to experts, can be caused by a vasovagal reaction and may indicate a heart problem.
Excessive yawning occasionally could be a sign of some problems with the aortic blood vessel, basically aortic dissection. Or also could be a sign of heart disease. Well, yeah. So, yeah, it could be. It could be. But the question is, what constitutes excessive yawning? So that's the thing. What is excessive for one person may be normal for another person. So I wouldn't really say it's a hard and fast indication of underlying heart disease. It's just an observation, basically.
The yawn reflex has long been observed to be contagious. Interestingly, while all vertebrates yawn, only humans, chimpanzees, and possibly dogs find yawning contagious. Also, humans don't find yawning infectious until they're about 4 years old. Recent studies show that contagious yawning may be linked to one's capacity for empathy, and the average yawn lasts about 6 seconds. So, how many times did you yawn while watching this report? We hope not too many.
Daddy, what is 23 times 17? It's 391.
Oh, that's my boy. Children who lag behind in school are categorized as dull. Olodo, Itiboribo, Dolo. DHA is an active component of omega-3 oils which improves the brain and memory functions in children and adults. Children who take DHA are prone to outstanding brilliance. DHA is highly recommended for optimum brain function. Ask your pharmacist today for Hovid DHA, a pleasant tasting emulsion for improved brain and memory function for the whole family. This message has been brought to you by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited, sole marketers of Hovid products.
Alright, dear, welcome back. And this is the final segment of the Megaword TV game show on the Nigerian Television Authority. I still have Mike and Chinelo in the studio with me. So, okay, so Chinelo, this is the final segment of the Megaword TV game show. So which question do you want to answer?
Question number 13.
Alright, the word is a noun referring to a force that compels someone or government to agree or do something. Now, when you left out the first 3 letters from this word, the remaining letters will give you another term for certain. You have 30 seconds.
Could that be ultimatum?
Not ultimatum. So your time is up. Mr. Mike, can you, it's a bonus question for you.
Well, I think it's an agreement.
Not agreement.
Okay. Declaration?
Not declarations. You have a few seconds.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So your time is up. The word is pressure. Pressure. And I said when you remove the first 3 letters, the remaining letters will give you another word for certain, which is what? Sure. Okay. So, Mike, final question to answer. So which question do you want between 14 and 15?
I'll take 15.
All right. It is another name referring to a bovine animal, such as cows and steers. Separate this term from the middle, and the first part will still give you another domestic animal of the carnivorous family. You have 30 seconds. Your time is up. That's the signal. All right, so can you answer that?
Please read the question.
It is another name referring to a bovine animal such as cows and steers. Separate this term from the middle, and the first part will still give you another domestic animal of the carnivorous family. No idea? Okay, the word is cattle. When you separate cattle from the middle, you still get another animal called what? Car. And viewers can participate in this game by answering this simple question. Now, there's a name of an unwanted plant on the farm. Now, if you separate the third letter, if you remove the third letter from the name of this unwanted plant, you shall get another term for marry. You can send in your answers through SMS on the numbers on your screen, or you can email us at megawordtvgame@gmail.com. Michael from Ekiti State scored a total of 9 points. On behalf of Pharmatex Nigeria Limited, you have won 10,000 Naira.
Thank you.
And then our winner for today's game show is Chinelu from Anambra State. You've got a total of 14 points. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On behalf of Pharmatex Nigeria Limited, you've won 40,000 naira. All right, we have come to the end of today's Megaword TV game show. Our appreciation goes to Pharmatex Nigeria Limited, the sponsors of this program. Hope you have enjoyed and learned one or two things. Join us next week for another edition of the program. On behalf of all of us here of the Megaword TV game crew, my name is Salih Hadu saying goodbye and thanks for watching.